Coach Cal news. Speaking of coaches,
Yeah, that's
kind of
news.
a wild. That's kind of wild. Any thoughts that you guys had from it?
Yeah,
That was
it's
the
clear.
I woke
Kentucky
up to
kind
that
of
text
wants him
message.
gone anyways.
I don't know how our
'cause
friends
late
stay
night.
up so late. Like, I don't get that. Like, it was like midnight, 11:30. People
Central
were still
Time.
texting.
College.
I was
It's
also
just
asleep,
great,
too.
just mind blowing to me. I'm waking up at 4:30, reading that text message. Like, what happened? And Grant's best friend. That's all I was thinking about watching the news the next day. It was like Grant's best friend, Pete Pham, was the one breaking the news.
Oh god, not Pete. I don't know how Pete got into that thing. That it was like
They
why
completely
him?
changed his job title because all day the next day was just like college sports reporter, not college football reporter.
Yeah, he's breaking news and all
Yeah,
of
but
I was
Coach
going
Cal's
to-
running away from the fans. That's what it is. He's running away from his problems, and this is the easy out for him.
I respect
I had
it.
some.
There's
some
rumors that he's been
juicy-
searching since February. There was
Ohio State.
a rumor that he wanted to go to Ohio State.
I told you
said
guys
that.
when we talked about candidates. Oh wait, I think that was with Ben and Colby. I mentioned that Coach Cal was actually being talked about on the Blog Boys. Like he would consider Michigan. Turns out it was not the craziest thing because he was looking to leave.
Just he wanted to go to Ohio State, not Michigan.
Both.
Would you tell Dusty to hit the Dusty Trail? Got him on
For
fire
Cal?
today.
Yeah,
For
Coach
Cal, no. I would take.
Oh, I would.
I would keep Dusty. I would keep Dusty.
See you, Tom.
I don't.
Let's bring in Johnny.
Cal's good. Cal will work at Arkansas. But Cal would not work at Michigan because we're not giving him $5 million a year. I don't think to just buy a team. I don't think that's happening at Michigan.
Where's
Dude, he
Arkansas
is-
getting this money?
Tyson Chicken.
They're fake chickens that they illegally
Slaughter.
raise with a
Yes.
bunch
Hey,
of.
I like their like ready to go grilled chicken strips. I
Right,
do
their
them salad
chicken
sometimes.
farm factory things are
Watch a video on that, Grant, and see how disgusting that chicken is.
really
I know,
gross.
but like Fairlife chocolate milk is so good, and they don't do cows well. I don't look at those things.
They pump
Sorry.
these Tyson chickens in with like
He just coming
hormones
after me.
to get super fat, super fast, so they die quick, but they get plump. It's all fucked
That's what
up.
I mean. What about Brazilian butt lifts? It's the same thing. They don't die right away.
And the chicken gets like 4 inches of space to move around, so they're not active. They die immediately, and then you eat all those shitty chemicals and antibiotics. Real good for you.
Do you guys have any desire to hear a juicy, unverified rumor about the Coach Calipari situation? Or
Grant, I would say absolutely because it has nothing to do with Michigan State. So go ahead.
okay, this is what I read today from Chili Donovan. If you're listening to this, I think you're allowed to share it as long as it's not a screenshot on Twitter. But if you like this information, you should go subscribe to his thing for a couple months. Saying that to the listeners, so he doesn't get mad at me if he ever hears this, which he won't. So apparently John Calipari doesn't have an agent. And then in his contract, if he was going to negotiate with another school other than Kentucky, he needed to let the school know. I think we all have seen that kind of now that he was supposed to let them know. So as a workaround to this,
He did let them know that he talked to Arkansas.
No, he didn't. He did not.
That was reported like the day it all came out.
No.
Yes. I'm confident. Yes.
You're wrong. Because it wasn't until
this
maybe
unverified
today.
rumor's wrong.
No, I'm just telling you, Alex, you're wrong on that. He did not tell Kentucky that he was talking to Arkansas because Kentucky's AD was not reaching out to coaches because Cal had not told him that he was talking to Arkansas. And so he didn't want to violate his contract.
I thought they couldn't talk to coaches until Cal was gone, until he left, until he resigned. That's why he hadn't talked to him.
That's part of it too. But like Cal hadn't been told, didn't tell anyone from Kentucky what he was doing. This is what happened. So he doesn't have an agent. So what he did was he talked to his longtime friend and athletic director at DePaul named Dwayne Peavy. So Peavy handled all the negotiations with Arkansas and allegedly leaked the details on purpose to put pressure on Kentucky's athletic director, Mitch Barnhart. The hope in this plan was that the boosters and fans of Kentucky would get mad at the AD Barnhart to try to get him to keep Coach Cal at Kentucky. And then Peavy, Calipari's friend, would then take the UK athletic director position, keep Coach Cal, and save the day. But the Kentucky AD said, and told Calipari, you have to go to Arkansas or we're firing you with a buyout. So that's what happened. That's pretty juicy. That was like some succession shit, if that's true. Trying to plant your own athletic director at the school that currently hates you. I think Coach Cal, and rightfully so, I just think he totally underestimated how mad the fan base is at him. I think he thought like people wanted him there still. And now he's running to Arkansas. But this is crazy. Like I said, this would be like Izzo going to Illinois or Maryland in a couple of years. Would be
In
nuts.
conference,
Like not your direct
banana
rival,
lands.
but like a different school that you definitely don't like in the SEC.
Yeah,
That's worse than you.
Kentucky, best team in the SEC, Michigan's best program, Michigan State, best program in the Big Ten, and then going to like the JV program.
Yeah.
Certainly interesting.
But did you see that, Alex?
Hard to
Did you see that
fathom.
list? I don't know. I saw some list and somebody was like the top 10 college basketball jobs, like at any time.
Mm.
And Arkansas was above Michigan State.
Oh
No.
lists are bad. They're for people like you and I to talk about. It's the point
Correct.
of the list. They're bullshit.
What's your guys' top job?
In college basketball,
In college
Kentucky
basketball,
might be one or two.
it's
or two.
Kentucky, Duke, North Carolina, UCLA. Put them somewhere in that realm of the group, and just like it depends on like the quality of the program at that time. Like I would say, UCLA is probably 4 right now, just because.
Greg
How
doesn't
good
think
history?
UCLA is a valuable job, but
Well,
That's
that's not
fine.
true.
well, not.
I just
you
think
don't
they're
it's
supremely
top five.
overrated, which I think is fair. Well, actually, I think they're properly rated now because I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are like, yeah, they were good in the 70s, fine.
Yeah.
But they haven't really been good. Well, they made the Final Four in the early 2000s. So
They've had a
Like, I'm a
few
huge
that.
Texas guy. I think any
2000s.
athletic job in the Texas field
No,
it should be like
run out.
correct.
since
Should
they
be
only
top
care about
5. But if
football.
you're a winner at Texas, like you've made it in life.
You can't be a winner at Texas in basketball because they don't care about it.
Well, they were
They
one
do
half
not
away
care about
from making the
basketball
Final Four.
in the state of Texas. They don't.
Well, they actually do because they just built a brand new Baylor and Texas got a brand new
Baylor,
basketball
yes.
rings.
You know why, Baylor? Because they're bad at football.
Dave
because
Aranda
UConn's
has
like
an issue
top
with you.
5 now, right?
UConn's always been a very
You
good
should
job.
you could argue UConn is number 1 since 99. They have the most national championships
Yeah.
since 99.
6
It's not even
titles.
close.
Yeah. Oh, Kansas is top 5. I'm sorry. I didn't think.
Hate Kansas.
The one
I
I
hate
would be
Duke.
curious
You know
about.
what Duke needs? Cameron Indoor's the most overrated stadium in all of sports. It's
think
not
you- I
cool to
think
be
you mentioned this
crowded like
recently.
sardines. It's not cool anymore. Get over it. Build a bigger arena.
I have a question about Duke because I do think like they obviously come up in the discussion of best job, and I think Coach K built it up so much that they probably are in a good spot. But that always was intriguing about that job because they weren't really much before Coach K. Like
Correct.
talk about building a program into the behemoth it is. Like it's a little bit intriguing. Like UConn sustained different coaches, Kansas, Kentucky, even North Carolina to an extent. I'm interested to see where Duke goes in like 10 years from now, what we view Duke as.
Duke's
True.
not going anywhere.
I don't think so. But
I think they built it up
they're
so
not.
much, Grant, that like
They have
that
so
name and
many
brand can just sell to
alumni.
any.
The alumni base of basketball players will forever have them
Yeah,
recruiting.
True.
They'll always
I mean,
come
one of the
back.
best players in the NBA is.
And
From
I do
Duke.
think Cooper Flag is going to be unbelievable next
Yeah,
year.
they
So
also
that probably
just
gives
got.
them right
They're
back into the
still
main
recruiting
stage.
at the highest level every single year since Coach K's left. They're like number
Yeah.
1. They're not.
That's
gonna-
true.
That was a terrible take.
I was just thinking out loud. Glad
So
we
where's
workshopped
Michigan
that
State
one.
slot? Like number 9?
Top 10.
We're up there.
Top 10.
I think we're above Villanova just because Villanova's facilities. I mean, to say that your home arena is an NBA that you have to commute to.
Well, we're also
Yeah.
seeing Villanova pre Jay Wright, not that great. Villanova post Jay Wright, dog shit.
I mean, Michigan
So-
State pre Tom Izzo wasn't that good. You had 1 year because you had one of the best players of all time that ever picked up a basketball on your team.
That certainly helps. They were like
Michigan
respectable.
State would be better than every SEC job except for Kentucky.
Yes.
Be better than every Big 12 team besides Kansas.
Kansas.
Better than every Big
It'd be
Ten
better
job
than every Pac-12 team.
besides UCLA.
Well, Grant, you could argue
Ten-
UCLA.
I think
I
Michigan
would
State
argue
for
UCLA.
now.
I mean, it's
I think
LA.
Michigan State's fine to stay above Indiana and Purdue for now, but those are just like Indiana's a sleeping giant. Like if they ever got the
Michigan
right
State
dude,
will
that would
always be above Purdue. I don't care about Purdue's fans. Don't care about that program.
Purdue-
Indiana's
but-
probably above Michigan State in terms of just pure job. But like no one wants the job.
But
So
no one
nobody
can make it
wants the
work.
job right now.
Nobody can
Nobody.
figure it out.
No.
It's
No.
like
Just-
the code you can't crack in college basketball is
the
Indiana
state of
hoops.
Indiana's basketball talent is significantly richer than Michigan's, and they have
Yeah.
all the historic aspects you need. Yeah, Indiana's a great job, and it's actually remarkable how dog shit they've been in our life.
Alex, I have a job for you, actually.
Okay.
You create a prep academy empire in Michigan, and so all the talent in Michigan doesn't leave the state.
I don't have the funds to do that.
Monty Bates' dad tried to do this, I think.
Yeah, what do you mean they
to.
tried? It was dog shit.
He
You
made
tell
a
me
fake
Bates
school.
Academy didn't work out?
Is there
I remember
honestly
they
that
did
many
that.
good basketball players in Michigan anymore, though?
Probably.
Not
The
really.
top Michigan players going to Michigan.
Who?
Grand Rapids. There's a couple sweet players at
What's
Orchard
his
Lake St.
name?
Mary's that Michigan
Fat Brooks is going
that
to
Michigan
Michigan.
State's
Trey
recruiting
McKinney is
pretty
the
heavily.
best player. I think 2025, actually.
You have
But
Jawan's
Fat.
favorite assistant coach. His son is at
I
Saline.
named a lot of the Michigan players in the last 5 years, and they all kind of stink.
Cassius was Jesuit, baby.
That's the last
Perspective,
good one.
Alex. Alex's perspective.
Akins,
Grant
Brooks,
loves Pierre Brooks, so
Foster.
Yes, Detroit Douglas, baby.
Yeah, but these are not NBA players. Michigan used to breed NBA players.
Not right
Devin
now.
Booker.
Xavier Tillman was not one of the top recruits, but I mean,
Devin
he's
Booker
an
was
was
NBA
that
so
in.
player.
early.
Xavier Tillman won Mr. Basketball in Michigan.
I don't think he did. He lost to Foster Lawyer.
Oh, he's the year before. He's
You don't
way
remember
before
watching
Foster
that state
Lawyer.
championship game? Clarkson versus Grand Rapids Catholic?
Yeah, Foster was like a sophomore in that game.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Also, who are we comparing the like past amazing players if Foster's winning Mr. Basketball? And like, he was a great player.
I said before.
Alex, there's not as many
2019.
inner city schools anymore because of the public school system in big cities.
Yeah, Xavier Tillman was the number one player in Michigan,
Okay, overall
So he-
ranking though, Alex.
85th in the country.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Mm.
Still pretty good.
You give me anyone top 100, I think I got a star. That's how my brain works. Because Butler, we never get anyone top 100.
Josh Jackson, 2016, number one player in the country. Also,
He was a big deal.
Is
Okay, he
no
did
doubt.
play high school basketball in the state of Michigan, Alex. That's my
Yeah.
point.
He did for 3 years.
Yeah, his senior year though, when he's getting the most like attention and he's getting on
Junior
TV.
years, the recruiting.
No, it's his senior year. He's
Well,
on TV on ESPN because he's playing for a prep school.
Yeah,
That's my point.
But attention wise,
Deontay Davis, number one player in Michigan. He played. In the
He did
NBA.
play at a public school at Muskegon. He won a state title.
I mean, it
championship.
should have been Amani. It should have been Amani, but didn't work out.
Well, who's
He was
playing?
going to
in
be
the
Kevin
NBA?
Durant.
He's
I
playing in
remember
the
the magazine
NBA.
I'll never
Yeah,
forget
isn't
where
he
it
on the
was when
Cavs?
he committed.
Yeah, it's on the Cavs.
To MSU.
Yeah, I'll never forget where it was.
Where were you?
I was
Oh
in the
my
cart barn at
God.
Raisin Valley working.
Jalen Johnson was
Wow.
the number
Watching it
one
on my
player
phone.
in Michigan in 2014.
Who was?
Jalen Johnson, the kid we played against.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
went to
number
Louisville
one
because
player
of all the
in the
strippers that Rick
state.
Pitino bought him.
He was number 58 in the country.
Yeah,
Alex, he
we
was a
smack talked him before the
6'8",
game.
6'9" wing player that could run like a deer.
Dude, he was huge.
He was really good, but I didn't think he was ever going to be like. I didn't know. I never knew during that time that he was ranked that high.
I knew it in
Wow.
warm-ups.
So one look at him, like, yeah, that guy's good.
Cody and I smack talked him, then he threw down a vicious dunk in our faces, and I was like,
I
all right.
remember that. Played him in
Good
the
luck,
league.
guys.
Do
Elite
not
Eight.
hurt me.